Shane, you require 12.
At double 6 to complete a 4-2 win. Well, it's a super start for Shane. He gets the better of Killian McCormack by 4 legs to 2. Decent performance, 4 maximums in there, 92 average. The doubling has a little bit of improvement, but in the middle of the game, some decent legs in there, 13 and a 14. That's for Killian McCormack. Work to do as the day goes along, but McGurk off and running on the board of a 4-2 victory. Coming up after the break, we are going to see Richie Burnett looking to make it 11 heaven as far as this group is concerned. His first assignment of the day, Jerome Mioch. If he wins that one, he is on the hill.
Lots has been going the way of Burnett this week. Will that continue? Rubber the green. But he can't find that colour. And Mioch gets another chance.
16.
That's probably the first time this week we've really seen Richie struggle on the doubling.
Game
as
shot on the
Mioch
second
levels up at
Jerome
1
Mioch.
apiece.
$140.
On 40 leads Burnett on 41 after 9.
27. Richie require 41.
Getting over the last leg blip rather quickly. Double 16.
Game shot on the
Superb.
third.
Burnett
Richie
2-1
Burnett.
up, halfway towards the victory post and halfway towards the hill in terms of qualification.
You require 101.
This will be the 4th time he's taken this check out this week. If he can find double 18.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Just like that, Richie.
Richie Burnett.
For
Richie require
11
51.
wins from 11 and to put himself on the cusp of qualification. 2 darts at tops of the match. And it's another win for Richie Burnett. At times, not convincing, but it's a win nonetheless for the Welshman. It puts him on to 22 points. He's now 10 clear of Jimmy Van Schie, who, if he fails to beat Andy Davidson in the next game, that man in your picture who's slapping his head as to saying that he played bad would have won the group. Richie Burnett, a 4-2 winner against Jerome Mioch. Decent numbers there. The finishing may be a bit of an improvement. Coming up after the break, we're going to see Jimmy Van Schie and Andy Davidson in action. Defeat for Van Schie, Burnett wins the group. Remember, Davidson is sat on a double, not just to win this match, but to send Richie Burnett through. The last chance Van Schie may have could be here,
20.
and he may have blown it.
And he requires
Davidson
28.
now to win this game and to send Richie Burnett through. Well, we're going to see the Prince of Wales on Saturday night. As for Andy Davidson, that's a big win in terms of keeping his hopes of Group B darts on Thursday and Friday evening very much alive. He moves 2 points clear of Shane McGurk and by doing so sends Richie Burnett through to Saturday night's final. A 4-1 victory against Jimmy Van Schie. That's how the game panned out. And we're going to see Burnett begin, well, what's going to be a very long victory lap against Killian McCormack after this short break.
Andy, but he might not get a say in this leg anymore. 82 with 2 darts.
So to go treble 14 as opposed to the bullseye.
86.
And in the end, he's going to leave himself on double 4 if McCormack burns 3 darts in hand at double 12.
I have to say, there's been a lot of time in this game where darts aren't being thrown. Both players are taking an age to approach the hockey.
12.
I just wonder if that's actually hindering them and it's creating
Richie
tension.
Require 8.
Just want to rattle on and chuck it in. Even Richie himself is taking his time approaching. And I just think it just adds to this build-up of tension and affects their game negatively.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
But Richie has turned the
Burnett.
negative into a positive here. He was 2-0 down. He's now 3-2 up.
Killian, you require 90.
Well, the approved route here is to go for the 20s. Some players would go for the bull. Others would go for treble 18, but 20s. Finds a treble for double 15. Oh, that's a fantastic clean kill from Killian.
Killian McCormack.
McCormack makes it, celebrates, apologises for said celebration to get in his own rhythm again. He's going to get an opportunity here. One treble
100.
will give McCormack a
Can only
dart
require
to
108.
defeat Richie Burnett, the undefeated Richie Burnett.
Triple 18 bull. Bullseye. And that would have been to become the first player to beat
78.
Richie Burnett. He's had 4 101
Richie
checkouts this
require
week. He's already
101.
won a game today of a 101 checkout. If he's to preserve his perfect record, he's going to need to find it again here.
Must have a good feeling approaching it, having hit it all those times already. It'll be treble 15. Can't find it. So McCormack, having hit double 15 to in the
45.
previous leg, has that target again.
You
And for the
require
second time
30.
this week, 3 clear darts at a double to beat Burnett.
And he just nudged it over the top. Yes is the
Game
answer.
shot out
And
of the
finally,
match.
Richie Burnett has
Killian
been
McCormack.
defeated. And it's Killian McCormack who is the first to claim a win against the Prince of Wales. This game was
require
signs for
86.
things to come, but he's almost regressed back to type. Double 7
Game shot
for the 86th, the 2-0 lead,
Andy
and done in
Davidson.
the blink of an eye. Davidson 2 to the good. For tops for the match, looking... Sorry, to take this match to a last leg decider.
Can he use it?
20.
Well, it might have flicked off the flight a
And
little
require
bit and just
25.
changed the angle of entry, diverted it away. And Andy Davidson
Game
gets the
shot
job
out
done. A
match.
4-2 success
Andy
as he bolsters his
Davidson.
bid to be in Group B. A super victory for the Scotsman. And Shane McGurk, well, he's going to have to work to try and join him, seemingly, in that group. A very decent game of darts. 6 legs completed in less than 11 minutes and averages of north of 90 for both players. But it's Davidson who gets the win. Coming up next, then, it is the Dutch darting derby between Jerome Mioch and Jimmy Van Schie.
And Schie should get 2 darts at tops here. Well, goes 19, elects to go for the double 18. And finds it and gets the better of Jerome Mioch by 4 legs to 2. Mioch had spells in there. Nice little sign of respect from the pair. These two real good mates. Van Schie getting over the line, getting his job done, and the pair have a conversation about the game they saw. That was much better from Jerome Mioch. 90 average, ton plus checkout. The doubling was okay too, but Van Schie just had a little bit too much for him in the end. That brings the curtain down on the second round of fixtures for the day. We're going to kickstart round 3 with a battle of Scotland and Ireland as Andy Davidson takes on Killian McCormack.
And it requires
To the left-hand side. Shuffling even further across. Davidson looking for double
Game
14
shot
for
the third
1-2-1 and a 2-1
Andy
lead.
Davidson.
He gets the break as well. Now be over. McCormack looking at 2-2s for 2 points and a 4-2 win. He gets the better of Andy Davidson. He's now
Killian McCormack.
beaten 2 of the top 3 so far today is Killian McCormack. He was the first player to depose of Richie Burnett, and now he's beaten Andy Davidson. A 4-2 win for the Irishman. Game played in a good spirit. 2 players who obviously get along with one another in the practice room. That the tail of the tape. Good performance that from Killian to beat Davidson 4-2. Coming up next is Richie Burnett up against Jimmy Van Schie.
Good performance. Can get a deserved victory here. And there it is.
Game shot out of the
4-2
match.
for the
Jimmy
Dutchman.
Van Schie.
Burnett suffers a brace of defeats back-to-back after winning his previous 11 matches. It's now Van Schie who cuts him down to size. A 4-2 success, an average of 92.93. Decent stuff from the Dutchman, and he looks set now for Group B. Shane McGurk still trying to force his way in, but it is a tough task. He takes on Jerome Mioch after the break.
And you require 146.
Could be 2 down, 2 to go for Shane McGurk here. If he can find the 146, beautifully found, double 16. Oh, it's
Game
superb
shot
from
the
Shane
second
McGurk,
leg.
who goes
Shane
berserk
McGurk.
by pinning the 146. 2 in hand, a double 16 for a
Game
4-0
shot out
victory.
of the match.
Comprehensive in the end
Shane
from
McGurk.
Shane McGurk. Wasn't a classy performance, but he did have the highlight 146 in there. And Shane McGurk keeps himself in the running for a spot in Group B. He's not happy with the display, but he'll be happy with the points on the board. Andy Davidson and Richie Burnett go toe-to-toe next. Remember, Burnett is on a 2-game losing streak.
I'm going to answer which team you prefer.
Richie
Just
requires
type
72.
I prefer Chris or I prefer Henry. I'll send that to the producers. Not for the first time in the last couple of games. Burnett has gone wayward on finishes. He has found what he meant to there, and he's found what he meant to there.
Richie Burnett.
A super rescue from Richie. Burnett bedding the bull. Looks like he wants it to be over. Puff of the cheeks. A perfectly pitched dart in the bullseye. Owen Binks, the referee, confirms its location. And Richie Burnett confirms the victory.
Richie Burnett.
It's a 4-1 success for Burnett, who returns to the winner's enclosure in what could be a damaging defeat for Andy Davidson. Richie Burnett all smiles now as he leaves the stage, losing 2 games but now back to winning ways. Davidson, though, now looking over his shoulder at Shane McGurk, who's going to take on Jimmy Van Schie in a couple of games' time. But before that, it's Miok McCormack.
Well, he's got his name on the back of
48.
his shirt like a footballer, hasn't he?
But the man with the summary shirt
Game shot and the match. Killian
enjoying
McCormack.
a very good day today. Killian McCormack gets the win, and in doing so puts himself top of the daily table. He's the first to win 3 games today, and he condemns Jerome Miok to a 4th straight defeat. Not going well for the Dutchman. Miok will return for one last time against Andy Davidson in a couple of games' time, but before that it's Van Schie against McGurk.
4 has pulled out, and a player that, well, they won the tournament last year. Of course, it's going to
140.
weaken Wells, and effectively, you've got, well, the 4th strongest team in the tournament based on rankings. Probably the best energy in
100.
terms of dynamic of a team, to a team which is going to get put together with a day to go. But first and foremost as well, obviously, putting out for health reasons, we wish him all the very best and hope everything's okay ahead of a big summer ahead. Of course, the match play just around the corner, and a 10-darter could be just around the corner here, because Van
42.
Schie
Jimmy
has left
McGuire,
double 18
36.
after 9. Oh, that's
Game
superb.
shot
10-darter
the
Van
third
Schie
leg.
to move 2-1
Jimmy
to the
Van
good.
Schie.
Yeah, really good stuff. And as pointed, it's a bit bold.
Jimmy require 150.
Right, how do you feel, Jimmy? He feels good. He feels wonderful.
Shot the
A
4th
150
leg.
clearance
Jimmy
from
Van
Jimmy
Schie.
Van Schie to lead 3-1. From the Dutchman, McGurk has missed 3, and now he has 2 more. Needs to use them, but can't make them count.
11. Jimmy require 32.
And so to get over the line and to finish off a good display, Jimmy Van Schie wants double 16. But again, it's another awkward dart at that target.
But that might not be the worst outcome, because it does mean that he gets to go to a clear bed.
Game
And he proves
shot
that
and the
point,
match.
and
Jimmy
proves his
Van
point.
Schie.
And he's heading to Group B. 2nd place in this group for Jimmy Van Schie, a winner in the previous series, and maybe, just maybe, could be again. The 150, the highlight of that game. He also had a 10-darter, a 4-1 win against Shane McGurk, who is now looking unlikely to join him in Group B, because if Andy Davidson beats Jerome Miok in the next match, then that will put paid to his chances. Could be. Double 16. And Jerome Miok signs off with a win.
Jerome Miok.
He's not sure where it came from, but it's 2 points in the pocket. A 4-1 success for the Dutchman, something to take into the rest of the week for him. And now it means that Andy Davidson has to have an anxious look over his shoulder, because Shane McGurk is in action next against Richie Burnett. And if he wins that match against the group winner, he will sneak past Davidson and steal his Group B spot. Tomorrow
Shane
night in
McCoy,
Group B,
120.
which is where Shane McGurk may well be heading. That's a perfect guide. Used.
Game shot the
Absolutely
third
excellent.
leg. Shane McGurk.
When he needed to, he performed, and he might be putting in his best performance of the
Richie
week
to
here.
throw first.
Gurk looked like this
Richie
was going to
require
be
41.
exactly the performance and the result he needed, but now it's going to come down to a single leg. If Burnett can locate double 16,
Game
which
shot
he
the sixth
can,
leg. Richie
with
Bennett.
a wonderful dart, one leg will determine which group Shane
7 for
McGurk
final leg.
ends
It's
up in.
Shane to throw first.
If he
This to send himself into tomorrow night's group. Excellent. Double 10. He's had a dart to send
180.
himself into tomorrow night.
Richie require
And
80.
it's a chance that's come and gone. It may be the only chance he gets.
Well, it's Richie Burnett throwing the darts, but this finishes for Andy Davidson, who goes
shot
through
on the match.
to Group B
Richie Bennett.
at the expense of Shane McGurk, and with the help of Richie Burnett, who's going through to finals night. Yeah, it's a very, very good week's work from Richie Burnett. He's a happy man. He dances off the stage, and he should strut. He should have a spring in his step. He's been excellent value for the Super Series this week, and he is the first player through to finals night. The Group A winner is Richie Burnett, who sees off Shane McGurk 4-3, condemning McGurk to a Group C placing tomorrow. Jimmy Van Ski and Andy Davidson going into Group B, and Van Ski will fulfil the final fixture next against Killian McCormack.
And you
A
require
substitution.
105.
Is that something they'll bring in the future?
Game shot on the fifth
No
leg.
substitute for class,
Killian
which is
McCormack.
what Killian McCormack has just shown there.
$11.
So close yet so far.
Jimmy require 16.
And again, Van Ski will be relieved not to be going for double 16. That has not been his friend in this match. Double 8 it is. Double 4.
12.
Wow. Does anybody want to win?
Gillian, you require 8. No score.
Well, it wasn't really the worth
Jimmy
the wait
require
there, was it?
4.
Jimmy Van Ski then gets another opportunity. Both these players have been battling it out to be the
Game
best
shot
on the
on the
day,
match.
and that honour goes
Jimmy Van
to
Ski.
Jimmy Van Ski, who finishes second in the table, moves to 20 points, keeps Killian McCormack on 10, and he's had a much better day than he has had in his previous days, improving every day. We'll see him in Group C, we'll see Jimmy in Group B, and we'll see Richie Burnett at finals night on Saturday. We're going to see Andy Davidson in Group B tomorrow night as well, and we're going to hear from both Andy and Richie in a few moments' time.
Richie, many congratulations, winner of Group A. What would be your overall assessment of the week so far?
Jesus Christ. First day I just didn't know where I was going to come in from or whatever. I had a bad preparation. Exhibitions in Ireland come over. Honestly, I would have taken 3 out of 2. But 5 out of 5, and then I kicked on set yesterday. Well, I'll be better yesterday. Today is really hard to flow. People say, I always say the hardest thing in dance is to flow with freedom. I did that today and it just didn't go. So you obviously need that little bit of a edge as well. But no, I'm absolutely 2 days off. I don't know what I'll do with them.
In terms of the first 2 days, how well is that in comparison to what you've played recently?
To be honest, it's just great timing. Every time I needed a big shot, and every time I needed a double, I hit it, and that's the little bit that you need at the moment. So, yeah, if I can keep doing that, I'll be a threat. If not, if I get myself in a mediocre act like I was earlier, it could be difficult, but hey, Christ, I enjoy it myself.
You seem in a very good place for the sport right now, playing in places like playing in different environments. I think, does that suit you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love the game. I moan about it. We all moan about it, but I've said to the boys, to Johnny Clayton, I said to Gazzy, I said to the boys, look, don't moan about it, because when you're not doing this, it's a lonely own place. I've been in lonely those places, but now it's just, I'm 57 years of age. I absolutely love this game. I love meeting new people. I love enjoying it. I love winning. Hey, normally you continue, you know. So I'm just happy.
Couple of days off now. How are you going to spend them in preparation for Saturday?
With my reputation, I'll probably stay in the room, watch a bit of TV, and have a few cups of coffee and all that. You know?
Low key.
Yeah, right.
Richie, many congratulations. We'll see you Saturday.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.